Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Jessica. Welcome to Budget Freedom. This is another budget video series video, and I am talking to you guys about how I do my budgets on a monthly basis, both for my family personally and for my business. And I'm sharing with you my wins, my losses, my ups and downs, and everything that I possibly can to encourage you to stay on your budgeting journey, to get better at it, and to know that you're not alone. We all have ups and downs, and it's hard for everybody. It's not easy. So just stick to it, guys, and it can become fun and it can become freeing. I always say that budgeting is freeing, and that's why I name my channel Budget Freedom, because once you have a budget, you know what you can and can't spend, and that gives you a lot of freedom because you're not worrying, oh man, am I going to be over this month? I don't know. What do I have to pay next month? You know, when you know your numbers, you know you can handle things. You can make decisions like that. You can go, you know what, this month I can go ahead and do that. I know I can float that. That's not going to be a problem. You know, I'll move some things around and I can afford that. That's what happens when you budget. When you don't budget, you can't make decisions like that because you don't know. If you don't know how much your minimum bills are, if you don't know on average how much disposable income you have every month, how can you decide if your friend says, hey, you know what, let's go to Paris for the weekend? Okay, we live in Europe, guys, so that can be done. But if you're in America, let's go to the river or the mountains for the weekend. You might need $200 or $300 to go do that. If you don't know your numbers, you can't make that decision. Or if there's a really good sale on something that you know you need, you can't buy it if you don't know. If you're trying to stick to budget, obviously you can always swipe a credit card, but that just builds debt. Nobody wants to do that. So if you want to pay for things cash and you want to stay out of debt, the best thing you can do is know your numbers, know your budget, and then you'll be able to make decisions. And you'll be able to autocorrect. You'll be able to say, all right, I am going to make the decision to spend more this month and to do this thing, whatever it is, buy this thing or go this place. And I'll be okay with it because I do have that extra disposable income. I'll write it off this month. Next month, I'll be on track. You know, and that's the freedom that budget gives you. And that's what I think a lot of people miss. They just think, oh, budgeting, it's so hard. I have to stick to it. I have to write down everything. I can't spend what I want. It's not true, because when you don't have a budget, you pay your bills regardless, well, hopefully, and then you still spend money, but then at the end of the month, you're like, oh man, my credit card bill's like $2,500 or $5,000. How did that happen? That's where the problem comes in, because it's so hard to pay that money back later. So it's much better to know your budget, know your numbers ahead of time, and that way you're not going to get a shock when you get your credit card bill. I know my credit card balance pretty much, well, I don't have a credit card, but before when I did, and even now, if I have one credit card that's paid off, it's on zero, but if I use it, I know the balance like that. I'm like, yeah, I spent $200 and I'm going to pay it off next week. And my credit card is always paid in full because I only use it, I wouldn't say an emergency, but like I only use it in controlled, decisive ways. So I will make a decision. I know that I'm going to get the money on the 15th. This is a really good deal. I am going to buy this right now because it's going to end up saving me money in the long run. I'll put it on the credit card, but then as soon as I get paid, I'll pay it off. So I'm very, very controlled with things like that. But that's coming after, you know, over 10 years experience living like this and budgeting like this. And I know my numbers really, really well. So sorry, I don't want to go on there and on for you guys, but I'm just trying to give you examples of how when you really harness the power of budgeting, it really does free you. It really gives you so much freedom, not only financially, but in your life. You can make better choices. You can tell your friends, yes, I can do this. No, I can't do that. You know, you can plan ahead. You can say, I really want to do this in 4 months. And I know I can do it because I can save this much a month. You know, those are the things. That's the power that you get when you take control of your money and you own it and you budget it. So let's go ahead and jump into my June calendar. I want to show you guys quickly. I made my calendar for June. All my no spend days and my paydays and all of that. Let me adjust the camera so you can see. This is a really important tool to use because it gives you a little plan of how and when you're going to be spending money. So for my goals this month, I really want to save money to paint the house. I'm sure you guys see this ugly beige wall behind me. I want to paint it. I want to paint the entrance and paint this room. If I accomplish all my goals this month, I'm going to reward myself with a day out with my kids because I really love being with my kids. So that is my little reward that I will give myself if I do everything correctly. Not like last month. Last month I got no reward. I got punished. Okay, so for June, I didn't cross off my little days here. I had it prepared the other day, but I didn't get time to make the video. So we're actually here up to 12. I did not spend any money yesterday, so I can cross that out. There we go. Today I'm going to go shopping for some vegetables for the week, and that will be it. I am not going to spend any money on Saturday or Sunday, and then payday is on Monday. So on Monday, I will be paying all the bills that are due on the 15th. Well, basically in this week or before this week. I'll be paying all that. I'll be drawing my cash out for the next 2 weeks until the 30th, which is the next payday. And I'll just be basically checking in with everything and making sure that I am on track. I paid my electricity and water on the 10th. We went to the vet on Monday. I have to go to the vet next Monday again, actually. That's another reminder. That was a surprise appointment. We went food shopping last Friday. I went for my therapy last Saturday. And other than that, I have not spent anything. So far, I am on track to get my reward. We will go food shopping again next Friday. I'll go for therapy again on Saturday. My internet is due on the 25th. I'll have to buy vegetables again on the 26th. My mortgage is due on the 29th. Then it's payday. And we have to pay all the bills that are due first of the month and end of the month there. And obviously do our budget for July and transfer all the savings, all those things, and pull the cash for the next month. So I know that a lot of people like to draw pictures and put stickers and highlight stuff, and that is really awesome. If that's your thing, go ahead and do it. I'm a pretty simple kind of person, so this works really well for me. But there's plenty of space to draw little pictures. Yeah, put a smiley face. So that's my thing. Maybe I'll draw some pictures for you guys next month. So having your calendar written out at the beginning of the month and knowing what days you're planning on spending money on, and also writing down when all your bills are due, that really helps you keep track of your money. And then hitting those no spend days will really help you get control of your money and get control of your spending so that you don't overspend. So that is the whole point of having a June calendar. Let's go ahead and jump into our budget for June. June 2020 monthly budget. I wrote it all up. It's so beautiful now. And we'll also go ahead and look at our June expense tracker. There's not much going on yet. And as you can see from my calendar, there shouldn't be a lot on here because I haven't had a lot of spend days. So that's really good. But let's go ahead and start with our budget. Camera's going to go back down, guys. Okay, I hope you can see that. So this month, again, my income is about $14.85. My husband should be making about $4.6. So we're going to be around $6.1 this month. I reevaluated some savings goals that we wanted. So my freedom number is now 6.5. I want to really get to that number. We are not there yet. So I am still thinking how to improve, how to be able to earn more income. We do have an e-commerce business, and I also do bookkeeping. So with a little bit of hard work and a little bit of creativity, I should be able to meet that goal. I'm just not there yet. But it's always good to have your freedom number written down there so that you have a goal to work towards, and you know that you can hit that goal. I have not filled in my total savings this month or my debt paid down yet because it's the beginning of the month. So at the end of the month, when I do my closeout, my budget closeout, then I will be able to fill in those figures and be able to share that with you. So check back in at the end of the month. Okay, so again, going through my budget here for June, I wrote down the due dates of all the bills. Most of my bills are either due 1st, 15th, or 30th. I have one that's 28th, another one that's 10th. Those are the only two weird ones, and those are on my calendar, as I mentioned here. So you'll see that the internet is the 28th, and I have that here. I paid on the 25th. I like to pay it a little bit earlier. And then the electricity is due on the 10th. It comes around the 10th. I did pay it on the 10th this month. So that one is good to go. And then the rest, so all these 15th I'll be paying on Monday. And then all the 30s I will be paying at the end of the month. So you see how when you have everything written down and organized, it makes it really easy to see, really quick to look at and be able to keep track of and not miss bills or go off budget. So my budget, all my bills this month add up to 5,967 left. My income that I'm expecting is 6,100. So I should be left over with a positive 199 and 33 cents, which I'm going to put to the debt paid off. So I'm going to put it to paying off my mortgage a little bit faster, if we accomplish this, if nothing else goes wrong this month. You guys saw my May budget, what a disaster that was. So I don't expect anything to happen this month out of the ordinary. So that should all be on track. Let's go ahead and go through the bills quickly. So I have my 2 mortgage payments here. Then I have my yearly bills. Again, those are the bills that I'm saving, the bills that we pay once a year. The total divided by 12. Then I have my life insurance, my medical insurance, savings. I put 100 in savings every month. My tithes, like donation. My dogs, they should not cost me more than $150 this month. They better not. My therapy, I have meat. Again, I need to start buying meat. In the summer, I buy a lot of meat every month because I stock up for the winter. We're not able to get meat here in the winter because, like I said, we buy from an organic farm that's up in the mountains. And in the winter, it's so cold that the chickens and the cows, they don't reproduce and grow. So we're not able to get any meat in the winter. And in the summer, we have to stock up for the winter to make it through. So my budget goes up in the summer. And it's kind of a flip-flop because my meat budget is higher in the summer and my electricity is really low. But then in the winter, the electricity gets really high and the meat goes down to 0. So it's always bouncing from one to the other. But see, that's the awesome thing about budgeting. Because I'm budgeting and I've been doing it so long, I know that and I'm not worried because I know how it's going to go and that they just swap places every month. Well, not every month, but every 6 months. Then I have my Zoya, which is like, again, conditioners, soaps, organic products for the house that we need. Okay, for the water, the electricity, internet, my vitamins this month, back to its usual budget of $300. Sorry, I made a little oopsie there. Our food budget is $1,300. The phone, petrol, gas, guys. Lotto, I do budget lotto, guys. My husband likes to play the lotto, and I make him budget it because that's a good way to spend a lot of extra money. Sorry, throat's a bit itchy. Before I was making him budget the lotto, he would be spending like $50 some months, $75 another month, 20, 30, 100 other months. And it was really all over the place. And I really saw it as a waste. Like I tell him, all right, I understand you want to play the lotto. It's a chance game, so have a budget. If you're not going to win it within that budget, you're not going to necessarily win it spending a whole lot more. So he has his budget and that's what he's allowed to spend. And it goes off as a debit into his account. And if there's anything else, he can't spend it. So I like that. That's now in check. And then I have my savings planners total. So it's another sheet that I have. I did do another video about it. You can go ahead and check it out. It's called the Savings Planner. So I'll just show you. This is an empty sheet, but it's my savings planner. And basically you write down here all the different things that you're saving for. And then you want to save towards them every month so that you can accomplish your goals. So I have 6 things that I'm saving for, actually. I'm saving for a railing for our balcony outside. I'm saving for, now I'm forgetting what I'm saying. I'm saving for a new car. We're topping up our emergency fund. I'm saving for that. I can forget what else I'm saving for, guys. My mind just went wag. I'm a little bit hungry here. Anyway, the total of all of those adds up to 1,170 leva. So I'll be transferring that to all those savings accounts at the end of the month when that money comes in. And that's my budget, guys. At the end of the month, I'll go ahead and write down the actual amounts I spent, and then we'll look at the difference and we'll see if I made it or not. Guys, I'm sorry, my throat is so itchy all of a sudden. All right, quick look at the expense tracker then. Remember, you need to have one of these every single month. And this is where you write down every dollar that you spend money on for the month. All right, guys, if it's a few cents or if you miss $5 here or there, it's not the worst deal in the world. I normally try to fill this in every spend day. So I don't have a lot of spend days, which helps. But if you're spending every single day, then you want to write it down every single day so that you don't forget. Or if you save receipts, make a little box at the front of your house and put all the receipts in there so that you can write it down later. But even that, I mean, it's time consuming at the end of the month to sit and have to go through a whole pile of receipts and write them all out. So if you can do this even every 2 days or every 3 days, and make a system that works for you, if you have, want to save your receipts and then write them down every 3 days, that's great. You really need to find what system works for you and just stick to it so that you can keep on top of all the things that you're doing and keep track of it. So on the first of the month, we went food shopping. So I wrote down all our food. I bought an app, paid the internet, some bank fees. And then on the 6th, I went shopping again. Food, I had to buy some clothes for my daughter. That was there. And then some bank fees. And that's all I've spent this month. So I'm happy when I see a short list like this, because it means that I'm not spending on unnecessary or unbudgeted things. And it makes me it just reassures me that I am taking control of my money, I'm keeping track of it, and I'm going to be on point with my budget. So that's what the expense tracker is for. You can keep a running total if you want, like if you're not really sure, if you're on track as far as how much you're supposed to be spending, keep the running balance. That's great. I know how much I'm supposed to be spending, and I checked it and I was right on point on everything. I think I was out by $4 or $5 as a total, so I'm not worried about it. But if you start, like last month, if you start spending a lot of stuff and you're worried that you're going to run out of money, run your balance, and then you'll be able to keep track of it and engage if you're going to go way over or not. If you need to cut back on spending. It's really hard to be able to make a video where it's a general rule for everybody, especially with budgeting, because budgeting is so personal and it's so it's such a variable, because everybody has different needs, everybody has different obstacles in their life that they have to consider, and you can't really make an absolute rule for everybody for everything. That's why when I work with people through private coaching or private budgeting services, or even with my business clients with the bookkeeping, we just look at the budget all the time. We talk about it. We autocorrect. I talk about autocorrecting a lot. Figuring out, all right, we're going to have to spend this money here. Where are we going to take it from? Take it from somewhere else. Cut the spending there. You have to. That's life, guys. That is life. Things happen. If you're trying to. Generally, yes, most bills should be exactly the same every month, but things are going to happen. If you're trying to never have that happen, it's going to be pretty difficult. You're going to be pretty stressed out trying to make sure that you never go out of budget or never have to move things around. It's going to be hard. Really, it is. So the sooner you learn to kind of live and let go while having control, I know it's a oxymoron. Basically, just learn to know your numbers, take control of your budget, make the decisions you need to make to spend where you need to spend, and then move the money around. That's when you're going to have freedom. That's when you're going to de-stress, because you're going to really grasp and absorb the fact that, all right, things happen, but I can make it work. I know how to make it work. That is the key to budgeting. When you get that little key where you can say, it's all right, I have an issue, but I can figure it out with my budget, I can make a plan, that's when you start to unlock the secrets to freedom and happiness and financial wealth and freedom, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, please. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that it was useful. Please like, subscribe, do whatever you do on whatever channel you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next week. All right, thanks so much for watching. Bye.